During the time that I tried to figure out whether the Codex Sinaiticus was a valid ancient Greek text or not, and whether some guy named Constantine Simonides had possibly created it in the 1800s, many people sent me different books and letters and articles that gave other authors' views on the subject. I appreciate that people cared and were interested in my views about these other people's research, but then wonderful brothers and sisters started asking me why I didn't answer so-and-so on such and such a question. I told them I haven't read what they wrote. But why? Shouldn't I, as a researcher, hear all sides before making an analysis? Actually, no. And here's why. Hi, I'm David Daniels from Chick Publications. I was careful not to read other books on the subject. I didn't want to be influenced by them. I just wanted to follow the facts and see where those facts led. I didn't want anyone else's viewpoint or opinions to shape mine. Once I'd finished the second book on the Sinaiticus, I could then read the books and articles other people have written about the Sinaiticus issue and Constantine Simonides. If I read someone else's analysis first, here's what could happen. 1, I could simply fall in line with the author's conclusions or statements, then forget to check them for myself. That's how I got to believe the Sinaiticus was ancient in the first place, and why I had discounted the idea of Simonides or anyone else authoring it in the 1800s. 2, I could disagree with them and then waste a lot of time trying to respond to their argument rather than letting the evidence speak for itself. 3, I could sound like I'm just refuting another author rather than doing original research. 4, I could let the other researcher set the agenda and the angle of approach to the question, and by doing that, 5, I would not be thinking through my own issues and my own questions based on my own angle of approach. It would be one perspective instead of 2. I didn't want any of those things to happen. So I decided it was best if I didn't read anyone else's analysis until I had examined the information for myself and then written my own books on the subject. Once I had fairly well covered the issue, then it would be okay to start reading another's perspective. By that time, I would have the actual source information in my head, not the opinions of the other writers. And perhaps I could by that time have found answers to the very questions that others were asking. I might have already answered most of the questions by simply examining and presenting the evidence. Now that I have finished, I am starting to read and review other books and articles that people have sent me. I have probably answered most of the questions in one of my books, but if anyone reads both my books and sees questions I have not answered, then they could write to me about it. If enough people are interested in the answer, I might just make a video about it. So let me know. After you've read my 2 books, Is the World's Oldest Bible a Fake? And Who Faked the World's Oldest Bible? Let me know if you still have a nagging question about the issue. I hope that most of them are settled, at least partially by the books. But I am willing to look into things I didn't write about. You can write me at dwdaniels@chick.com, dwdaniels@chick.com, or send messages via this YouTube video if you want. And if the issue is interesting enough to people, I'd be glad to make a video on it. I hope this helps. God bless you and have a wonderful day.